Hello and welcome to Formula 1 live season, and as you can see I'm on my first qualifying lap, but I do cut a corner, so I'm going to leave myself with one lap in qualifying to get the job done. So anyway, our first race here in Hungary, so as everybody can tell, one of my favourite tracks, yay whoopee. Anyway, we're going to go into a qualifying lap. I'm going to give you a detail of how I do the lap. Anyway, get on DRS and on the throttle as early as possible through there, up into Rich. Just confirming there, braking at the 100 meter board or just slightly later, but I get it turned in, but you want to get it a bit more turned in than that. You really need to not go wide on that outside edge. Same with here, you need to get it turned in early. I missed the apex completely, got it wide though, putting the throttle on very early to try and gain some time back, but I've lost a lot of time there. Yeah, throw it over those curbs there, make sure you don't go wide through that curb because you can be deemed as unsportsmanlike. Through the chicane you want to avoid those big curbs, as I just clipped the second one, losing just a bit of time there as I missed the first apex. Through here you want to take a really nice tight line in the first corner and then smooth it out on the second one, take as much apex curb as possible. Here again, apex curb and outside curb. And again for here, you need to get it really over the curb and slightly avoids, but you can go over that curb. And really for this corner, you want to get that inside wheel right in the guttering there, if possible, but it can flick you out. And here I missed my apex again, so a pretty untidy lap, and it reflects just as I go purple there. But it just reflects that I'm not at one with this track, I don't like it. And so here we go with the results. Marco is on pole with What behind them, completing a 1-2 for Red Bull. I'm in thirds with Peck for McLaren in fourth, Tom F7, Max Shepard, NF Gaming, and just Jack, I think it was the last one. So yeah, Marco's on pole. It looks like he's going to be very tough to beat during the race. I'm going to try my best, but as I said, this circuit is not one of my favourite. And you can see it in my style. We've got the onboard camera, the cockpit camera, because it's the only one that I judge as decent enough to drive with because it's Mercedes. And you can see on the circuits which I really like, I've got a really like Jensen Button style, where I turn the wheel once during the corner and then I smooth it out through after the apex. Whereas here I'm Alonso style, taking multiple jabs at the wheel through every corner, and that really loses me time because it's not my style, and just it reflects that I don't like the circuit. And anyway, here we go, off the line, getting a relatively good start, but Marco gets an absolutely fantastic start. He's probably been practicing. I didn't really practice too much for this race, mainly because I counted on practicing during the GP2 live season. I get pushed off the track there by What. Tom7 had an amazing view of that. You should go over and watch his video. Anyway, as I lock that inside wheel and push What wide, but you know, what can you do? I'm not sure if I got a tap from behind, but anyway, I've got the inside line as I push What wide again. He must be sick of me at this current moment. Yeah, he's trying to go up the inside. I just brake late, and again I missed that first apex, and it absolutely makes the second apex a nightmare to get. But this corner is where I gain the most, as you can see. Gain about 3 or 4 car lengths through that chicane there, or that really open chicane. As running it over the line there a bit, should stop doing that as I go really wide there and run it really much over the line. And as again, it looks like I've tapped What wide, but there's no contact on my screen with that one. What is going on? All I can say is lag. Anyway, lap 2. So much has happened on the first lap already, it's ridiculous. And looks like Marco is just off into the distance. Not sure if I can respond, as we can see What's gone very wide in our mirror there. But yeah, this first part of the race has been absolute nightmare, and as you can see, nothing really happened as Marco's just got fully away in the lead. And we just pit for a set of primes now. coming out of the pit lane. Can we do anything? Looks like it's going to be close. Has just Jack's gone past? What? Peck? So, that's Peck in front of us. And Max Shepherd's right behind us with Tom F7 following closely. And looks like, has Peck stayed out on tires or has he pitted? I think he's pitted. But anyway, nothing, absolutely nothing happened in that stint. So we're just going to skip forward to another pit stop. You guys are going to get bored of seeing these pit stops in a while. But anyway, pretty standard pit stop again. And coming out of the pits, what can we do? There's a car. There's cars coming up. And is that Tom F7? It is Tom F7, and he's going round or outside. What a pass. Wow. And and Max just, Max taking the opportunistic move to go up the inside there. Not much I can do about that. So I've lost 2 places there because of pitting later. Which is, how can I put it? Really annoying. That's how I can put it. And as you can see, dirty air, I'm getting so much understeer, and you can see I'm taking jabs at the wheel. It's, you know, I just can't get into tune with this track. Just hate it, even through here. Look, these are the only corners where I'm okay with, and even then I'm taking jabs at the wheel to avoid Mac. As you can see, Mac goes way offline. I might have a chance to overtake here. I have a look, but he defends. And the rivalry between Mac and I is real. It is really, well, it's really bad from my perspective, because sometimes it ends in arguments over, you know, lag spikes. You know, you didn't win the race fairly, you pushed me wide, you didn't give me enough room, you know, and it tends to turn into like a dirty racing where we're just trying to push one another off. Not unfairly, but on the borderline of fair, and yeah, it's entertaining, but most of the arguments we managed to resolve and just say, well, it's, you know, it's racing, it's rivalry. But he is really evenly matched in terms of pace to me, and as you can see, I cut the corner and they track extend, so we've just about even there. As you can see, Tom F7 and Mac are absolutely going tooth and nail against one another, and I'm just sitting back waiting for them to make a mistake, but I've made a mistake myself. And NF Gaming looks like he's closing in, which is bad. And as we track extend like an absolute beauty there, taking the Arva Masterclass line. And round the last 2 bends here, as Marco says, fastest lap of the race, no stopping him whatsoever. As we set our new, is that personal best? No, I don't think it is a personal best. No, as I can see there, it's just off my personal best, so I'm not getting any faster. And that's a problem, because NF Gaming is getting faster. And, as Tom F7 locks up there, Mac is absolutely pressurizing him like Alonso or Hamilton on another driver, and Tom F7 is just doing a Hulkenberger sitting there. As I cut the corner again, these tires giving lots more grip. And as my engineer just confirms that DRS will be available normally, if I do manage to not make any mistakes. And as you can see over that curve, I was so close to spinning it there. Did you see that? As NF Gaming takes a very odd line, and Tom F7 and Mac. Tom F7 doing some questionable defending there. He made 2 moves within a very short space of time, and Mac looked like he was just trying to get past him. Anyway, as Mac loses the rear end there, you saw that Mac lost the rear end. Very lucky, unlucky, or lucky to not put it in the barrier, but unlucky to lose the rear end nonetheless. He's going to try and stick it around the outside, but I've covered that, and as you can see, I leave him barely enough room, but he's on the curb. He's got nowhere to go, and that's the way it works. You know, it's their main rival. Don't give him too much room, and yeah. So he nearly recreated a Perez or in this case a Vettel, but he didn't spin it. So lucky for him. Oh, he gets so much speed through that corner. He nearly hits us. It looks like he wants that place back, and it looks like I don't want to give it to him as I go horribly through that chicane, but it looks like he does too. And this is turning into an absolute stunner of a race. Look at it. We might not be fighting for the lead, but wow, this is just so much close racing as we take so much apex there. Fantastic driving. And I'm looking back at Tom's video. He has a very different driving style, but he's much more slow with his wheel. I'm very aggressive, turn in as fast as you can, but he's very cautious with his turn in, and it's incredible how much speed he gets with that style. I know if I use that style, I wouldn't get as much speed because I'm not a specialist in circuit racing. I'm a specialist in, as I go very wide there and leave myself open to more Mac attack, as I'm going to call it. And yeah, so I'm not a Formula 1 or circuit racing specialist. My preferred type of motorsport is rallying and off-road racing. So my style has sort of come from that, but I've had to adapt it with the Jensen Button type style just to make sure that the car does exactly what I want it to do. The problem is that it's not the fastest style. I know that it isn't, but it's just the way my driving is. Anyway, back to the racing now, and it looks like we've just gone into a trolley train behind Tom F7, and it looks like he doesn't want anything to do with us at this current moment. But some point now we might be making a pit stop, so
we're only a second away from the car ahead. Let's see if we can use DRS to pass it.
or our tires are fresh, so no, we won't be making a pit stop, but pit stops are probably going to come into play. And it's that sort of strategy that can make or break your race. Anyway, we're on Tom 7's case at this current moment. Gonna try it around the outside. Can we do it around the outside? Oh, he does exactly the same as we do to Mac. And it looks like we've got the inside line here as we go very wide again, replicating the first lap incident with what as Tom F7's lost the rear end then, a bit like Mac. He doesn't get it into the wall, but he's lost a position to Mac. And what a shame. It was looking to be very close racing. Anyway, in the pits on lap 20 now, 15 laps to go, and it's still all to play for the final podium position. And who's that? It's Max Shepard then. Max Shepard has just got the undercut on us. It looks like Tom has missed out on the undercut, whether that's because of his mistake. I don't know. Must be because of his mistake. But anyway, we need to catch Max Shepard because it's for position. Yes, it is for position. And we really, really need that place back because it'll give us a bit more flexibility in the strategy. Anyway, cutting forward, what is that, a lap or 2 laps? And we lose connection to NF Gaming, and oh no! Lag freeze, screen freeze, whatever you want to call it. Oh, lag spike. Oh my god, we've just, as Marco sets another fastest lap, just to rub it in, and we are now stuck behind Tom again. So this is turning out to be our Grand Prix in terms of strategies and undercuts and lag freezes. Anyway, nowhere near close enough to Tom to get any sort of move done. But the advantage is we have got fresher tyres still. we're going to have to use those tyres to our advantage. But going wide like that isn't going to give us any advantage whatsoever. As you can see, Tom pulls out another 2 or 3 car lengths on us. We really need to get our acts together, and at this current point we've got nothing to lose. We can just push, because just Jack probably won't be able to catch us. So taking a better line than Tom F7 slightly through there, but getting a bit of oversteer on the exit and touching grass, which compromises us through here. But can we get a better exit? Yes, we can. So closing up on Tom once again. It's amazing how many different lines you can take and still get the same speed through the corner within within a tenth or half a tenth. As you can see, I take a tighter line through there than Tom. I noticed he was struggling through that corner, which was making it very hard for him to defend through here. But he gets a very nice exit there. But obviously we have DRS, but it looks like he's used KERS. So we're going to have to look to overtake him here. And still no opportunity, as we get some oversteer on the exit as well. Just to rub it in as well there. We just cannot get past him. Meanwhile, Mac Shepard looks like he's putting out a couple of tenths on us. So it looks like it's going to be close up to the line. As once again bouncing it very aggressively over the curbs. And just really on the limit. Again, taking the alternative line through there, but getting it a bit wide over the curbs. That's a much better line to take if you're not on... oh, God. Another corner cut there. And really, when you get those types of events, it's better to just keep your foot down. Otherwise, you're going to go spinning off into some wall. Because lifting in this game really doesn't help. So, yeah. Still on the back of Tom 7 then, and we're going to try and get the DRS through here. Can we get the DRS? Yes. But can we get enough DRS? Doesn't look like it, but we're going to try an alternative line, just keeping it within track limits. But we've got an outside line here. We could make a move stick, but can we do a Ricardo? We're going to go round the outside and all the way around the outside and up into 5th place, sorry. What a move. That was absolutely fantastic. And as you can see, we're just trying to create a gap now. We're going very aggressive on the turn in and the throttle and everything. And as you can see, cutting forward to lap 28, there's been a safety car deployed. That is Peck. Peck has destroyed his vehicle. I think it was on the pit entry board. He went too fast or either too slow into the last turn, whether or not he was pitting. So as you can see, we've crucially come out ahead of Tom F7, and Mac is just ahead of us. But interestingly, he's gone on the primes and we are on the option tyres. So we're going for an aggressive strategy. This was planned from the start that I would go to the option tyres, but I did plan to go on the option tyres 2 laps, or 1 lap or 2 laps later. Anyway, lap 29, safety car is in this lap. And we've got to just manage our temperatures as we do a lot of swerving there. And as Mac really gets those tyres heated up there. And look at it, we want to get up to the back of the Mac, but we can't do it. The game won't allow us to do it. It just backs off. The throttle won't go full. And so the result is that Mac has got 2 or 3 car lengths on us already, as Tom attempts a cheeky move into there. but it looks like Tom's lost out badly on that, and going to try and make a move quickly on Mac so we can attempt to attack What. And What, another driver that's very closely paced to us, and Marco is a bit inconsistent at this current moment. He's very fast on some tracks, and then other tracks he's not. Whether or not that's because he's practiced for some tracks and not others, I don't know. But anyway, as you can see, taking the alternative strategy there, and it's particularly effective against Mac Shepherd, and looks like What again as we cut that corner again, but track extend and it slows us down, so not much gained. Again, we get a nice turn there, and it looks like we go wide though, and we lose another 2 or 3 car lengths to Mac Shepherd. We're going to have to wait for a mistake from him, and hopefully it'll come at some point. As we skip to lap 31 then, it looks like we have some sort of issue here, because Tom is behind us as well, and we're going to try and overtake. Well, it doesn't look like we're going to overtake Mac at this point. Looks like Tom's closer to us, so we're going to have to defend, not overtake, and things are going wrong for us at the moment as Tom attempts to move around the outside. We lag tap him just a tiny bit, and that maybe allows us to keep the place, but we can't give it back because we did nothing wrong there. You know, I have no explanation for that. Net code, I don't know. Anyway, look at our tires, they're already pretty worn, so if we're going to pass Mac, it's going to have to be sometime soon, as we both go wide there. And look at that, we close straight back up to Mac, who seems to be struggling with some sort of tyre issues, which is surprising seeing as he's on the prime tyres. Anyway, yeah, look at that, Mac is struggling a lot. I'm not sure if he's got a used set of primes on there, because it looks like his pace has just fallen off the cliff. Anyway, take a very wide entry to get a very good exit, as emphasised by Tom falling back in the mirrors, and we've got a very good exit like Mac Shepherd has, and we've got the DRS who are going to go to the inside. Mac pushes us towards the pit wall, and that's a complete replay of Barrichello versus Michael Schumacher in what was it, 2010? Yeah, it must have been 2010 or 2000 or 2011. I can't remember. I think it was 2010. Anyway, fantastic pass there though, and it looks like Mac is under pressure from Tom, so we're going to have to create a gap. The gap is 2.2 seconds to What, so we're going to have to try and close that gap down. It's down to 1.6. My screen monitor is very small, so yeah, I'm judging it's 1.6 for it, so we're closing him down. What could we have done if we wouldn't have been overtaken by Mac Shepherd or had that lag spike that cost us the attempts to pass Mac? I do not know, but anyway, it's the end of the race, and we've settled really for 3rd place. A podium, very good result for our first race, and Tom has been closing us down, but it wasn't enough, and it was to be expected as he's on the prime tyres. But he's only got one corner to do it, and I've stuck pretty much to a racing line, and coming over the line, and as you can see, I do a lot of wheel swerving, and it means a lot to me to finish on with a podium on this track, because it is my worst track. I can say that, yeah, it's my worst track in terms of pace, maybe closely followed by Korea. And so yeah, very good. Marco, What and myself taking up the top 3 positions, just with myself and What inversed from the qualifying. Anyway, that was F1 Live season, and as you can see, Marco there taking the win. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.